Assassins in 40k are super, super cool and super underrated. And the title of this, you're clicking on it, and you're probably thinking, oh, the most dangerous assassin temple, maybe Vindicare, maybe Eversor, maybe, Calexis, the nulls, or the ones that shapeshift. You're thinking, Eversor, pretty cool. These guys are drugged up and ready to absolutely dish out some violence. You'd be right. They're all really good and they're all really deadly. But you're on my channel. You're getting the personal right here, right now. And I think personally the most dangerous and most entertaining to me assassin temple would be the deviant temple. So if you're unfamiliar, actually hold on. I'd recommend Kingmaker. Really good. You get some, Vindicare, Calexis was the shapeshifters, and she's unfortunately not on the cover, but a Vanis assassin. What do the Vanis temples do? Okay, so they're assassins, unlike most of the other ones, whether, the Vindicare, wait forever, boom, target, or the shapeshifters, or the nulls. The Vanis have this very unique ability where they're basically human cogitators. What does that mean? Minds are like supercomputers. But Connor, aren't Space Marine, minds basically supercomputers? Sure, but they're genetically engineered for one specific thing, which is, mostly combat and logistics and understanding outcomes of things when it comes to a battle perspective. Vanis, on the other hand, they're more sneaky, right? These assassins are supercomputers. They are constantly deducting, understanding calculations in order to get other people to do their job for them. They are setting up potential situations or minor conflicts within, let's say, a night house, and orchestrating, a coup to get who they want, the temple, or in this case, the assassin wants in charge, who are probably more beneficial to the Imperium. They work like legitimate assassins in silence. And that's not to discredit all the other assassin temples. They absolutely do. Nobody's saying that, and I'm not saying that they don't act like assassins. If you read Kingmaker, they all are different assassins. And when you see them interact, because they're all from different schools of discipline, all these assassin temples have overwhelmingly different training regimens and modifications to said assassins, as well as different ideologies. Each assassin is completely different in their methods, personal philosophies, and executions. Vanis are no different. They constantly run through who to talk to, how to talk to them, what emotions to show, what their favorite color is, what their, first pet's name is, basically. They are, without a doubt, really, really underrated, and really their effectiveness, I would think. And Kingmaker really does show the effectiveness of the Vanis. Constantly viewing everybody, allies and enemies, how to best utilize them for the sake of either the temple, the emperor, or the, master assassin in charge. Vanis is constantly talking and constantly creating a web of information, a web of lies, a web of persuasion and seduction. Constantly all at once, and yet not at all, because someone else is doing it while Vanis is overseeing. And you might be thinking, okay, all well and good, but how is that more entertaining than, let's say, a Vindicare assassin waiting 20,000 years for me to walk into frame so I can get violently executed, or a shape-shifting, gender-fluid assassin that is constantly changing genders and motives, and who can be my brother but is actually my mother and I'm dead, or a drugged up, berserker assassin. That would be pretty funny, all things considered, and they definitely all excel in different ways, right? Totally. But the Vanis are just exceptional in my view, because I think it's more an assassin, stereotypical assassin to really avoid direct conflict and intervention unless it's absolutely necessary. So let's actually take a break from Warhammer and kind of shift nerd gear. Boom! And now we're kind of gearing towards another setting. Some of you may be familiar, some of you won't. Game of Thrones, right? So the Vanis are much like Littlefinger or Varys. And these are characters who, if you're unfamiliar with Game of Thrones, or maybe you've watched a little bit of the show or read some of the books, these are characters who are inexplicably some of the most charismatic and secretive characters ever. Their goals are known, but the depth of their goals are not known, right? They constantly have webs of connection of other people and different allies and factions constantly, communicating, interwoven, and they have constant spies, and they have, a web of information of people doing exactly what they want when they want. And some of these people are aware of this and act as agents, while others are being unwillingly manipulated, or they don't even know they're being manipulated, rather. So we have, that in and of itself, if we're shifting back to Warhammer now, is insanely interesting. And I don't think they get talked about enough, maybe because it's simply not glamorous. There's something innately entertaining about a drugged up dude who literally is jumping and screaming and frothing at the mouth to execute his mission and leaving absolutely no survivors, or a shape-shifting assassin that is constantly playing a character over and over, and we don't know who it is until the job is done, or a null assassin who's simply a terror and a formidable foe to creatures of the warp. It's interesting stuff. I know I'm not going to stretch the video out that crazy, but I just think if you haven't given Kingmaker a shot, you should. If you don't know anything about the Vanis Temple, I'd recommend going to Lexicanum, maybe browsing at the bottom where it shows you all the references of books that you can maybe see some of the assassins involved in that temple and get interested, because I know it may not be glamorous, but this temple is severely underrated and really shouldn't be. It's interesting. They really are assassins in their most traditional sense. So, that being said, assassins are cool is basically what I'm trying to say, and I will catch you guys later.